we can all make a negative influence in somebody's life, but if we can be a positive difference in somebody's life and make them just think for a minute, maybe there is something worth caring about, you know?
Fight! Yes, sir. What's going on, everybody? Hold on.
This is your captain speaking.
Back with another video. Now, as you can tell by the title, you can tell by the thumbnail, today we have another reaction video. For those of you who are new, my name is Trey. The purpose of my channel is to help you become the best version of yourself that you can be. And part of becoming the best version of yourself that you can be is understanding that you can take advice from anybody. Now, you don't necessarily have to listen to that advice, but I feel like you can take advice from anyone. And today we're going to be taking advice from, quote unquote, a homeless guy who's going to be spitting some truth. So if this is something that you could benefit from, make sure you like, you comment, you subscribe, and you share this video as we react to it. Now, for all of you, again, who are new, I don't fake any of my reactions. I'm watching them for the first time live with you. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video.
So you asked me if doing prison was the hard part, and I spent over 12 years in prison. In 18 years, I did 12 total. And it wasn't the hard part, wasn't going to prison, it was getting out and trying to be part of society again. Because at one time I was a contractor. I had 4 employees, 3-bedroom house, blah, 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 blah. And I had to lose it all to realize it was just stuff, but still. Then when you're done with your time, and I discharged my sentence in February 11th of 2011, I got my parole papers signed off. I became a citizen again. I can actually vote. I can actually go in and vote for the president, but I can't get a job here or here or here. I can't have any apartments because they won't accept felons. And I even went through an agency that took felons, and they'll give a pedophile an apartment before they will me because I had a drug charge.
Tough.
I wasn't even dealing drugs, I had possession. But anybody that has possession of drugs, they're worried about them selling drugs in their apartments, so they won't give them one. But this place would give a pedophile, somebody who raped a little baby or something, and give them an apartment, but they wouldn't let me have one because of my felony, because I had a drug felony. And it was just the hard part was just becoming part of society again. It's like they didn't want me. They didn't want me to be part of their society anymore. So I just decided I'm gonna sleep in a tent. I'm gonna do what I love for a living, which is playing music. And if I just make a little bit of money, I'd rather do what I love with a passion and make a little money than go back to contracting and try to make a lot of money and be part of a society that doesn't even want me.
Let me stop it real quick. So he touched quite a bit of points, and that first minute and a half, right? One of the things that he said was, I'd rather make, we'll start with one of the first things he said. So he said that he had a good job, right? Contractor, you know, nice house, middle class, kind of, that's what it sounded like. And he said it took losing all that to realize it was just stuff. I feel like a lot of times we get so caught up in our day-to-day lives that we lose sight of what's really important in life, right? The relationships you build with people, of course, pursuing your goals, family, you know, building bonds, right? And then as a Christian, I believe, you know, the purpose of life ultimately is to reflect Christ and to try to bring others to him. And, you know, I'm gonna sprinkle some Jesus every now and then in the video, but like, I think we miss sight of that a lot. A lot of times we get so busy with our day-to-day kind of thing. It's like we forget, or like we aren't cognizant of the fact that there's a purpose in everything that we do. And you know, this guy also said that I'd rather make a little money doing something that I love than do something that he's not as passionate about but make a lot of money. And I agree wholeheartedly with that. Now, am I saying to drop out your job right now and go pursue, you know, your SoundCloud rap career? I'm not saying that. If you're feeling led to do that, I can't stop you. I'm saying you should have a feasible plan where you can do your passion and you can be sustained comfortably. Trey, what you mean by that? What you saying, dog? What I'm saying is, I'll give you an example. YouTube is something I would love to do full time. Love it. Just talking in front of the camera, having an audience, go out, meet people, da-da-da-da. I would love to do that full time. Can I do that full time right now? Absolutely not. I have a job that's sustaining me right now where I can do this in my free time until my side hustle, YouTube, can become my main hustle. You feel what I'm saying? That way I can do my job and I can also make YouTube videos. Following the dream until it takes off and I can sustain myself using it. So that's just something to keep in mind. The purpose of my channel is to focus on self-improvement, right? Part of self-improvement is one, understanding, again, that you can take advice from anybody. You might not listen to it, but you can take advice from anybody. And number two, you gotta have a plan. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have a plan. And I guess we'll keep going before we figure out how it ties into self-improvement.
That's what I feel.
Feel that?
I meet a lot of good people, but I believe there's a lot of good people out there, but for the most part, most people, all they care about is themselves. You could be standing there on the corner bleeding and people just drive by you. And they wouldn't want no part of it. They wouldn't want no part of the drama.
Sad.
So there'd be 1 in 10 that might stop and help. You know? I walked up to a woman once to ask her what time it was. I was pushing a cart. Me and my wife were pushing our cart. We had all our stuff in a grocery cart. I was pushing. I needed to know what time it was, so I went up to ask this woman what time it was. She's like, "Oh, get away from me. I don't have any money. Leave me alone." I'm like, "I don't want to." She's like, "Just get away from me. Go." I'm like, and I'm thinking, what could have this woman been through that she's so terrified of a stranger that she... What if my wife was pregnant, her water just broke and I needed help? I mean, who knows? What if I was having chest pain and I needed her to call 911? She didn't care. It was just, get away from me. Go. I don't got no money. She thought all I wanted was her money. I just want to know what time it was. And it hurt, man. People...
It does hurt.
Humanity is... So many people, what have they been through that makes them so terrified of relationships and people that they just don't want nothing to do with nobody? It's sad. It's
I
really
wasn't
sad.
scared of you when I saw you.
Well, but you're 1 in a million, you know? I mean, you're actually sitting down and talking to me, you know? Most people don't. It's all right. You know, when it comes down to it, I came in this world by myself, and when I die, I'm going to be the only one in that coffin. And so really all I guess that matters is me, I guess. I don't know. I think people matter, but the more I'm starting to see, less and less.
You matter, bro.
I feel that way about you too, man. You matter. I mean, you care. It's sad to see that most...
All right, let's break this down. So I want you guys to understand that everybody matters, right? And I'm not just saying that, he's just saying that, he's just trying to be, nah, everybody do. I feel like, you know, again, Jesus, God got a purpose for everybody, you know, and I feel like some people know it, some people don't, you know, and the more you're in tune, the more you have a relationship with them, I feel like the easier it'll be for you to understand that, you know, what your purpose is and why you specifically matter. But yeah, everybody matters, you know, and it's sad. Everything he was saying about society is true. You know, you see, I see people all the time, I'm sure you do too, mistreating other people, like homeless people or, you know, people on the street looking on hard times. You see them get mistreated a lot, and it's just like, it's them today, it could be you tomorrow. So, you know, I was trying to figure out how to tie this into self-improvement earlier, but maybe this can help you open your eyes to be more aware of everybody's story around you, right? So, you know, if you're one of the people who don't really have a high tolerance for homeless people or people who are begging on the street, maybe this can change your mind and you understand that, hey, these people have feelings too. And it's them, again, it's them today, could be you tomorrow. Who knows? But I just want you to know that if you're going through something like this, that you do matter. Like, you do. You do. Take it from your captain, right? Total stranger who's never seen you before. We all got our self-doubts. We all go through times where we don't feel adequate, but I want you to know that you definitely do matter, okay? Let's continue with the video.
People don't. It's just sad because there's so much beautiful things in life. There's so many beautiful things in life. Relationships are beautiful. Nobody wants relationships. Check this out. I've got over 240 some friends on Facebook. Most of them I knew from high school. I mean, I knew a lot of people. I got around, all right? 240 some people I know on Facebook. Most of them I thought were good friends from high school. Christmas Day, I Facebooked them all, and I'm like, hey, it's Christmas. I haven't talked to some of y'all in over 20 years. Here's my number. Call me. Let's have a conversation. Nobody. And I posted that thing over and over Christmas Day. Nobody. And I'm talking people that asked me to be their friend. Oh, so-and-so wants you to be their friend. Well, I know this person from high school. Sure, I'll be their friend.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
It means people don't want relationships no more. They're so into their internet and so into their Facebook. They got their this is their idol. Internet's become an idol, man. It's like people don't want relationships. They want the kind of relationships where they can be who they want to be and be who they are. You know, instead of being who they are, be who they want to be and pretend to be. Oh yeah, I'm 6'4" and I got dark hair and blue eyes and big shoulders. But then I can't ever meet this person because I don't look like that, you know? And most people on these internet relationships, man, a girl, my high school sweetheart, I hooked up with her on Facebook, contacted her, hey man, let's meet. Well, she gave me her number. She's like, well, look, just text me. I really don't have time for conversations no more. She'd rather go text back and forth for 2 hours, texting back and forth, instead of having a 10-minute conversation that could have summed it all up.
Oh, let me stop this. Let me stop you right here. Now, mind you, this video came out in 2015. And this was before, it was just started on the verge of everybody really connected in social media, everybody overutilizing social media, right? So he's saying everything that all this is true. I don't know people who claim they don't have time to text, have time to talk on the phone, but rather sit all day and go back and forth texting with you. Me personally, I do not like doing all that texting. If you got something to say to me, we can talk on the phone, we can FaceTime, we can meet in person. But do not sit here and text me all day, because that's just ridiculous to me. People would much rather do that than have an actual conversation, be engaged, and not be on their phone. Try to have a conversation with somebody and check how many times they look at their phone. Or check if they put the phone on the table. Check how unengaged they are and how much more engaged they'll be with their phone. And it's like, it's sad. You know, our communication skills have drastically dropped in these past few years since the rise of social media and the internet. Communication skills have plummeted, and it's sad. But him saying he reached out to all these people and nobody reached back, that's happened to me too. And you really see who's rocking with you and who's not. So, I mean, it hurts sometimes, but you know, you got to get over the reality that this is how it is now. And, you know, how are we going to change it? I'm trying to change the narrative. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things that, you know, you just kind of got to live with now, but you understand, hey, I can do my part to make society better.
People don't want conversations. They don't want nothing no more. I don't know what they want. But this world, the way that people see it, really.
Totally agree. But
I'm just trying to make the world a more better place, man, a more beautiful place. And if music and art can do it and somebody appreciates it, that's all that matters. If I can make a difference in one person's life, that's all that matters.
You made a difference in my life.
Praise God. I mean, hallelujah.
You did. I wouldn't be sitting here with you if you hadn't.
Yeah.
Because you were playing your guitar when I walked up.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it's a positive difference, you know. We can all make a negative influence in somebody's life, but if we can be a positive difference in somebody's life and make them just think for a minute, maybe there is something worth caring about, you know? But I don't know.
So he gave us a lot to break down. He gave us a lot. You know, I think from this, what he was teaching is that, first, I want to say that you're never too high or too successful or too much above somebody to take advice. In the beginning, I had a clip that said, I don't take advice from people less successful than me. It was in a song by Kanye West. I don't agree with that. Because as you know, he said he was a contractor first before he was homeless. So if you would go with that moniker, then you wouldn't even, what if he knew something about contracting that you ain't know, that you say, I just ain't gonna take advice because I see him homeless and he's less successful than me? Nah. I don't agree with that. I feel like you can get advice from anybody. Now, whether you use it or not, that's to your discretion. But I feel like you ain't too good to get advice from anybody. That's the first thing. So I say be a little more humble. You know what I'm saying? Number 2, treat people right. Right? Whether they homeless, whether they millionaires, whether they got no money to their name or hundreds of thousands of dollars to their name. Treat people right. Just because that's the bare minimum. You got an interaction with somebody, treat them like a human being, right? Everybody go through hard times. It's them today. Could be you tomorrow. It's by the grace of God that we not homeless as we speak. So treat people right. It's just the bare minimum. Somebody asked you the time. I mean, of course, you gotta have situational awareness. Okay, I ain't telling you to be crazy, foolish now. Have some situational awareness, but man with his wife asking a woman for the time, give him the time. Even if just give him the time. And then the last thing I say, try to be that positive influence in somebody's life. You matter. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to do here on this camera. You matter. You do. And, as far as what your purpose is, that's just something that you got to think about. You got to figure that out on your own. I can't tell you that. You can pray about it, but that's just something that between you and God. But other than that, I would just say, try to be that positive influence. It don't take nothing to ask a stranger how they doing. Hey man, how you doing today? How's your day? And really, really mean it when you say, how are you doing? No, like really, how are you doing today? I'm telling you, even though I don't know you, that would change, that would make me stop and think for a second, like, there really are people out here who really do care. So, I mean, these are things to think about. This guy, he put some things for us to think about. That's all. As an influencer, all I can do is try to help influence your decision to do something. And I want you to use this experience, use this guy's story as fuel to be a better person. So that's how we tie it into self-improvement. My name is Trey Well. The purpose of my channel is to help you become the best version of yourself that you can be. And if this is a video that resonated well with you, make sure you give it a like, thumbs up, comment down below what you want to see next, what you want me to react to next. Subscribe to me. Okay? I pride myself on self-improvement. Hopefully I've done that for you today.
This is your captain speaking.
And I'll see you on the next one. I'm just gonna leave.